Alright, so this is a video about Fume Knight in Dark Souls 2, the Old King DLC. I just wanted to say, and there's like multiple things in what I want to delineate and elucidate. So, people have been very critical of Dark Souls 2 with all these video essays and shit like that. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't care about what these people think about Dark Souls 2. I enjoy it, and for all the people that enjoy it, it actually has a big player base and big following. A lot of people like DS2. I'm one of them. Um, it's there's some gank stuff that goes on, and there's some weird design choices, but even through all the jank, us DS2 fans, we love it. And then furthermore, I want to say that the Fume Knight is an easy boss. I was led to believe it was going to be tough. Now let me also um, kind of speak on what I'm going to be uploading in terms of the other boss, which was the Blue Smelter Demon, which was an absolute fucking nightmare. And the reason it was a nightmare was because of the run back. And I, in this video, wanted to show all my deaths to this boss because I got him on my fourth try, which I was hearing horror stories and different people, game reviewers. Maybe that's the problem. Game journalists, game reviewers. But the problem was that this guy, I literally watched a review of the DLC, and this guy on IGN said and I don't even know if I believe this, he said he fought Fume Knight 100 times. He put forth 100 tries and couldn't beat him. So he summoned some people for help to beat him. And I couldn't believe that. I really couldn't. Unless you don't play these games, I don't believe that you just can't figure out the patterns. I am using the Red Iron Twin Blade, which is a very, very strong, potent weapon. But you can literally use anything to kill Fume Knight. As long as your dodges and ADP are good enough, and you you learn the patterns and have that pattern recognition that you're able to act on in the fight. And furthermore, maybe this is a theory. Maybe some people don't know about the smelter wedge mechanic where you have to have 4 smelter wedges to deactivate his health regen outside of his arena before you enter the fog wall, the gate. So that's a possibility too. Is that maybe someone didn't know about the mechanic? Which now I can have some sympathy if they were reviewing it early on and they didn't know about this and there wasn't information out about it. The thing is, we have the convenience to look anything up that we want. I can look up the best bonfire aesthetic farming route, or not route, but like method. I can look up the human effigy farming methods and all kinds of stuff. We can look up so many things because the established information has been around for so long now. Now I do kind of feel for some of these game journalists when they have so many games to review in such few or so few time, or they don't have a lot of time to work on. Plus the crunch of playing multiple games and having to have an opinion on all of them and having to play them constantly. Now, playing video games constantly is my life, and I have nothing bad to say about playing video games constantly. I just think man, look at those. The thing is that with Fume Knight, um, if once you get his dodges down, once you get the dodges down, you're good. Like there, I got hit by him. But once you actually get the dodges down well enough and this is new game, by the way. This is new game. It's not new game plus or anything like that. So yeah, multiple deaths. I include them just to show that I went in this. Now DS2's been out for so long, but I finally decided to delve into the uh, the DLC. I decided to take a dive into the DLC because it's been so long since I used to play PvP back in 2014, when this game had been out for a little bit, and I don't remember exactly when it released and all that, but we would do PvP on the bridge in Dragon Keep, and I'm sure people remember that because I played a lot of PvP on the Dragon Bridge with a great sword, and I had a lot of success in the PvP. And then it was something to do after you finished, the end game. It was just to do PvP. And I think they may have added like a covenant where you can do it, but I'm not sure, and I don't know how active it is. I don't know how active the community is now. I don't really allow invasions per se. I burnt the human effigy. Invasions used to be fun to me. They're just not as much fun anymore. They're more a hindrance and annoyance than anything. I'm kind of done with invasions. Um, the only thing is when it's like an agreed upon invasion, then it's cool. But when you're trying to make progress and you're in a tough spot, you're trying to find the next bonfire. This is the thing about the DLC so far, and like I said, this is the first time I've played the DLC. There are parts where the mobs are just fucking endless, like ridiculously way too many. And you don't. This is the thing too. I played the new Lords of the Fallen recently. Now, in Lords of the Fallen, and this is, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it's better than DS2. I'm saying DS2 is a better game, and From Software has that polish, even in DS2, even in the B team, that other studios don't have. Maybe except for NeoWiz because of their masterpiece of Lies of P. But obviously, they learned FromSoft. FromSoft are the OG progenitors of this genre and of designing these tremendous games. So one of the thoughts, though, was that in DS2, you don't have the mechanical ability to react to some of the bosses and different mechanics and things that go on in the game because you're so very limited on movement and stamina. Now, yeah, you could jack your character way up and have like tons of stamina. Now, and I run a Chloranthy +1 ring too, and then like the Blossom Night Shield or whatever. So you'll see my setup, my rings, and all that at the end because I open my menu and I show it. Fume Knight buffs here, and but the point is, trying not to get sidetracked. Smelter Demon was way tougher, way more difficult than Fume Knight. And the reason was the run back. And I had to kill every single enemy. Not every single, I'm sorry. I had to kill all the melee enemies over and over again. It's either 7 or 12 times for them to despawn and not come back and permanently, unless you burn a bonfire aesthetic and make it a new game plus. Difficult. But basically, I had to clear a bunch of stuff and do all this prep just to fight Fume Knight, and the run back is so terrible because all these enemies, not just the enemies, you're basically essentially going through a cave and then you're dropping down. And then it was an absolute shit show and disaster. But we got it done. And then I guess Alone, or whatever his name is, Alan A. Sir Alan, whatever. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Because he's going to be the next one, and on to the next one. And those are my thoughts on DS2 and Fume Knight and false difficulties, speculation. Difficulty that maybe it was just thought to be a thing. Peace out. That's it for now.